Alright, so for today, the idea is Thursday's reversal profile. Even though we have higher time frame objectives above this high, I am thinking that it is going to be left for tomorrow. So my objective of this trade is basically just Asia's low. I'm not striving for the daily lows. Okay, so I would like to see a fair value gap here if possible. We have 5 more minutes before we close this candle here. My entry is on the inversion fair value gap that was utilized to send the price higher. It is also within the breaker, high, low, higher high. The only thing that we don't have is SMT. It looks like they're not going to offer me any entries. $1.89. $8. I am contemplating on how I should approach this. Should I go for NQ or should I go for ES? For ES, the stops is a bit large. 8.25. That's about 400. Yeah, that's about 400. If I use NQ, I could adjust my risk. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use NQ. Sell 3 here, and then over here, complete fill of the gap. I'll sell another 2. So in total, how much will I have? 44 multiplied by 6. 260 7, then 31 multiplied by 4, yeah, I think this is better, so I'll sell 2 here. Right, and my stops will be above here, this candle's opening price. Looking for this as the initial target, and if it really wants to overextend this level here, this would be the daily fair value gap. Right, so let's see. Don't mind, I'm just gonna stick to my model here. Right here, and sorry, this one will be right up here, and this one will be right up here. Buy stops over here. How many points would that be? Let's take a look. $38. 0.75. And the other one is somewhere around here. Oh, I am slightly over leveraged here. Yep. Let me see the risk to reward. It's only 1.5 R. ICT projections. .74 over here, then it would be 2. On ES 10 points. Oh, this is slightly worse. Unless ES comes into this level here, then it would be a good bargain. Other than that, it is not going to be good. So one, insufficient funds, over leveraged. Okay, I'm just gonna put 2 here, and then we'll see which one hits it first. If ES can come into this level here, that would be great. I can't. I still can't. So I can only choose one. Right, I'll choose ES for now. The risk to reward is better. Yeah, it's 3R. And then I'll watch and see how this goes. If needed, I'll have to drop down into the lower time frames. catch a move if needed. As long as we don't close below this up close candle right here, we should be able to reach into this fair value gap. NQ looks like it wants to just drop it. We're approaching the macro in 2 minutes. That is why I am saying that. Yep, NQ has reached the target. I will have to wait for the hourly close for now, most likely. Now, because NQ has taken out that particular low at Asia, I'm gonna remove the orders here and I'm gonna watch the lower time frames to see what happens when it trades up into this level. Okay, so first of all, we have a 15 minutes fair value gap right here. Right, and we are going to have the 1 hour order block, bearish order block. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna fully dial in on ES now. This is the opening price for today. Right, so because we could possibly SMT this lows and then run for the highs, because right here this shaded area is a new week opening gap. The fact that it has just left it like this, it looks pretty suspicious, but because it is a Thursday, I didn't mind taking the short down into Asia's low. But since that NQ has already completed the move and we are heading into lunch, I'm neutral and I want to see what happens when price trades into this PD array here. Alright, we're going to have the 1 hour bearish order block coupled with this 15 minutes bearish fair value gap. And I'll be on a 3 minutes to see if there is any change in the state of delivery to bring us down into Asia's low. Then over there I can refine the risk as well. So 4 more minutes. So you may wonder why Asia's low is a good target. It is because this was the low that made this high. This high purged yesterday's highs. Alright, so the yesterday's highs are referred to as external liquidity. Think of this day as a range. We opened up today within yesterday's range. So taking out the highs of yesterday's range, it is also equivalent to external liquidity, which is why it is okay. It's completely fine, even though you are a higher time frame, you're bullish, you're trying to take a short down into the low that made the high, because usually there is always going to be stop-ons before higher prices. This is also one of the reasons why I am looking for a stop hunt on any daily lows, because so far on the way up we don't really have one yet. Alright, so these lows right here, if we don't take them out today, I believe we are going to take them out tomorrow. Right, so maybe once we trade into this new week opening gap, it is going to reverse down here. Alright, that is just my bias. And to be completely honest, if I want it to drop, it should not trade above the daily opening price anymore, right? Because it has closed below on the 15 minutes candle. This candle right here has closed below the daily opening price, so it should use this daily opening price as resistance to take out this low right here. If it wants to trade higher, it doesn't invalidate the entire idea, but the thing is that it is signaling to you that it's not as bearish. All right, 30 more seconds. All right, so right now we have the 1 hour order block right here. This up close candle that took out yesterday's high. Okay, so this is the bearish order block. Right, notice how the 25% lines up nicely with this fair value gap, just a little bit higher, right? So that would be, that area would be my point of interest. But right now, as you can see, we have closed this candle below this up close candle. Right now I'm wondering if price is going to respect this candle here and then send it lower, leaving this as a breakaway gap. Okay, I'm going down into the 3 minutes time frame. Alright, so notice how we have closed above the daily open. I think we're going to run for the 50 minutes fair value gap now, and I want to see above here within this levels here, do we get a change in the state of delivery? Alright, so I'm watching this two up close candles here. This is currently the bearish order block right after this candle's close. Okay. We should want to run into Asia's low now, utilizing these two up close candles. Right here you have the breaker, you have the inversion fair value gap, but if you take the risk to reward, it's not the best. 1 hour, you'll be shorting this fair value gap here. Yeah, 1 hour. It's not the best. I don't like this type of scalping trades. I prefer to enter off a 15 minutes PD array rather than something like this. Because it gives a much larger move and your stops is not considered very tight, which is good. You don't have to worry that you might have placed the stops in the wrong place and stuff like that. And if you're wrong, most of the time it gives you the chance to cut your losses or get out at break even. Unlike the lower time frames, sometimes they just do like a one big candle and then it hits your stops in like 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah, I don't like that kind of feeling. So let's see what we have here. So if you're cutting through the lines, cutting through the candlesticks, this 1, 2, 3, 4 candle, it is still a bearish order block. Price is still respecting this bearish order block, right? Look at how lethargic this is. Now if you're in a trade, you would really like to see speed below this low here. So you see something like a teleportation candle into the Asia low. This is exactly what you want to see. Okay, so it looks like it's not going to give me any entries today. Let's see if it wants to overextend into the Tuesday's low, right? So on a 1 hour we have a fair value gap. Let's see if we close below here, right? If we close below this level here, this swing low, this is the breaker, which I hope we don't, so that we can possibly trade up into this level here. If not, it's just going to run without me, and I have to be completely fine with that, right? And other than that, I don't really have any other things that I can utilize to take part in this move lower. And the other thing is that if we take out the lows here today, we are going to reverse and reach into this new week opening gap on Friday. That is what I think is going to happen. So overall, I have the direction right, but I don't have the entries. Such is life. Things that you can't control. The 5 minutes fair value gap was all it needs to send the price lower. I'm gonna remove this, taking out the objective. This right here is probably not useful anymore. Since we have a breakaway gap, if it is going to continue lower, the next fair value gap is going to be the one that it's going to utilize to send it even lower. So my focus will be on the next fair value gap. If it ever prints one. I believe it should be low resistance liquidity to the downside because they are not going to allow them to pull the orders away. So I might not even get any entries at all. Was there anything on the other time frames that I could have utilized? Well, you have the 10 minutes fair value gap. Oh, there is a 30 minutes fair value gap. I missed out on this one. This is too bad. Right, so I do have to cycle through the time frames much more frequently. Yeah, I wonder why I did not cycle through the 30 minutes today. Usually I do. Unfortunate. This right here was the order block that price utilized to send it higher, right down here. So this has become an inversion order block. Interesting. Yeah, you couldn't have caught it on the lower time frames as well. What would be the risk to reward if you were to use this as the entry? 25%. Your stops has to be above this, has to be at this level here. Looking for this. That's one R. I mean, not the best. It's not the best. Right, but if you're looking for the daily lows, that would be a good target. Other than that, not really. Alright, on the 5 minutes we have a fair value gap. This right here was utilized before. We have yet to close below, so there is still a chance for price to want to seek into this fair value gap. Let me mark out the levels over here. We are approaching 11:30, so that is one issue by itself. I think this move should be done by 12 if it wants to continue lower. Okay, let's see. 5 minutes, do 1 minute. Okay, so very easy here. What I'm trying to do is wait for a 1 minute candle to trade into this area level here, and then see if there's any stop hunts. In 2 more minutes we will have the 15 minutes candles close. because this is a expansion, I would assume that we are going to accumulate here a little bit, consolidate here in a little bit before the final leg lower. So let's see. Three minutes, 4 minutes. It's a nested PD array, alright. So this higher would be the invalidation. This right here. This is problematic because we're closing, okay, not below yet. Okay, if we close below these two up close candles here on a 1 minute, it could be utilized as a bearish order block, right, which is not what I would want to see, but it could happen if we are going to provide, if it is going to provide a low resistance liquidity run towards the objective. That is totally possible. Okay, I wanted to at least, utilize a 5 minutes fair value gap, but if it keeps just, if it just keeps on trailing lower like this, but there's no way I'm going to be able to enter off anything, right? So we have closed below this fair value gap right here, so maybe this would be left open. I'm not too sure, man. I'm just gonna wait. As frustrating as it can be, I need to wait. Alright, so price has utilized this order block right here. NQ, it's speeding into yesterday's low. Alright, finally some hope. Some hope right here. Okay, let's take a look at 10. Right, so the 10-minute and the 30 minutes has been more useful than the 15 minutes so far. So I'm going to watch the 10 minutes PDRA, right? Which falls in line with the 5 minutes PDRA for now. And then we have this breaker. We have closed below the breaker. So if we can trade up into this breaker, that would be nice for a short into Tuesday's low. Right, stop point, obviously it's going to be here. This would be your, the stop loss. Let's take a look, how many points would that be? What's this? Okay. So considering ES, it's slightly more bullish than NQ. NQ is the leadership towards the downside, and based on the 1 hour order block, it has barely reached into 50% of the 1 to 1.75. I'm gonna assume it's going to be here. This would be the low hanging fruit entry, and my stops would be here. It's only 1.88, not even 2 R. NQ has taken previous day's low. Oh wait, this is 20 minutes. Let me head on over to 10 minutes. Yeah, it's only 1.88. It doesn't seem like it wants to go back either. Oh man. 5 minutes. 1 minute. Okay. Okay, I see something here. This could be a valid bearish order block because we have taken out this swing high here and price decides to close below it, and that would be the validation. But I'm not comfortable shorting this order block here because of the amount of inefficiencies above. It's just not my day, I guess. Not my type of day. Yeah. NQ has traded into the daily fair value gap already. What's the risk here? Five points. 2R. Nah, I'm gonna use the breaker if anything on the higher time frames. I'm not gonna take this. Get it out. You don't have to chase the price. You have to let it come to your desired levels. Even if it means there is no trade for you. Alright, so you're waiting for this breaker here. On the 20 minutes you have the breaker and you have the fair value gap. But I'm not sure if it is going to trade into that level. Right now it's 11:42. We only have 15 more minutes if we want to end this by 12, which means if price wants to take out Tuesday's low, it only has 15 more minutes to do so. Which means this is going to be utilized to send the price lower, and it just keeps on trading lower. Okay. Yeah, unfortunate. Below this PM session's low, price should teleport down into Tuesday's low. Yeah. Beautiful. We're right now at around 50% of it. Yep. Beautiful. Fantastic. All the targets has been met before 12. Okay. Seems like there's nothing for me today. There is just nothing for me today. can't stand this. Pisses me off. Oops, what I do? You know, when you can see it, but you can't capture it. And it's such a large range, it doesn't even want to give the entry. I mean, to be honest, I missed that 30 minutes entry. That's on me. But yeah, we have met all the targets. Alright, so on a daily time frame, we have reached into this inefficiency. On a Thursday, right, if you take a look at the weekly forecast, you would, I mean, it's pretty obvious that I called this out. And right now, to go higher, maybe we tap the breaker or something, and then we go higher. Right, if you take a look at NQ, we're reaching into the breaker. Right, so NQ, also we have reached everything. Right, this is the next drawn liquidity, probably tomorrow. Man, that is just so unfortunate. You missed it, man. Right, so we have taken out external liquidity. Let's see if we can reverse higher. It's going to be 11:50 soon, which means the macro is going to start spooling to or in a certain direction. And since that we have taken out these lows, I'm assuming it's going to spool higher for the macro. AM. Right, so something that I can take note or make a note would be, right, I mean, take a look at this candle's closing. This is 10 o'clock, right? We closed below this consecutive up close candles. It validates this candles as the bearish order block. Okay, so obviously you're trying to get in within the bearish order block, and the lowest and opening price is right here, and then obviously you have the range. Okay, you're trying to look for PD raise that is within the bearish order block. And when you take a look at the 30 minutes candle, you have a 30 minutes fair value gap coupled with this breaker, right? So you have high, low, higher, high. So this is your breaker, and you have these two up close candles as well. This is your bearish order block. So you have three things in confluence, and then you have the higher time frame 1 hour bearish order block as well within the fair value gap. So all you have to do is to, I mean, all I have to do, I'm talking to myself anyways, but all I have to do is to take the opening price, which is within the fair value gap, and my stops will be above the breaker, and I'll look for either the Asia slow, that'll be 1 hour, or the PM session low, 2 hour, or the daily low, that will be 3 hour. I mean, this would be the perfect scenario, but maybe I should put more confidence in the Thursday reversal profiles. right? Yeah, didn't really expect this low resistance move only until this candle here. Okay, good. And as well, it is above the daily opening price as well. This is the daily open price, so you're positioning yourself at the wick of the daily opening, daily candle, right? So which is the best, this would be the best setup here for today. Let's take a look. SMT. Let's take a look on the 15 seconds. Right, 11:50 now. We have SMT on the lows. Okay, never mind. Okay, no point fighting this now that it has passed. This high is next, I believe. No fair value gaps to be utilized. We only have this down close candle and this inversion fair value gap. Would prefer a SMT first before any major move higher. So far it's still respecting this 1, 2, 3, 4 down close, I mean up close candles so far. On the daily, have we reached this level here? Oh, okay, that could be the draw on liquidity. Let's see. Yep, we have not reached this level yet. This is the draw here, so maybe it could provide something. We're still trading back up into this fair value gap. I mean this on the block. We have not closed above 50% yet. Alright, finally we have a stop hunt. And then this would be the bearish on the block. This up close candle here. Do we get anything? We should start to trade lower, take out this low into this daily volume balance. NQ is making higher highs as well. Let's see. One, two, three up close candles already. Five points. The only thing that is counterintuitive is that right now we're in macro, so macro usually runs against the positions that are in profit. So right now shorts are in profits. Not to mention lunchtime as well. These are the characteristics. Okay, right now we're just gonna consolidate. I think price is not doing anything for now. NQ, however, is trying to reach up into that 5 minutes fair value gap. Might want to pull ES along. Alright, fantastic. We're gonna close this 15 minutes in 1 minute. So let's see if we can get some juicy price action by then. Like, do we trade into the CB and then drop it one more time? Alright, this is useless already. Alright, so I'm marking this 12 because I'm looking at the hourly candle, power of 3, and I'm watching to see if we can trade into that 50 minutes fair value gap, which is above this high, and then this plays lower into this low here. I mean into this objective here. I'm watching for that to see if it can happen. I would prefer to stay on the side of bearishness until we reach into this new day opening gap. right, we have purged the high. I don't really want to see it trade above this high if I want to see it remain heavy. So I'm gonna mark out this order block here. Okay, so now I am waiting for a change in the state of delivery. Would be nice if I have a SMT on highs with Nasdaq. Alright, so this is really the highest that I would really want to see it go. If it wants to even continue to go lower. If you look at the 50 minutes, we are almost hitting that 50% of that fair value gap, and for NQ we have just hit that 25%. Okay, so I am going to use this order block as the gauge. Once I get a closing price below this order block, I'm going to put in a short. This could be inverse fair value gap. Doesn't really matter. It's not a thing that I trade. Okay, we still don't have that close yet. All right, let's see. Remove this. I'm waiting. It needs to close below that. This level here, which is 5615.25. As long as it's not closing below, I won't go for shorts. Right. That is why I wait for my setup. Okay, let's see how we close this 50 minutes candle. Okay, let me just put this back on, just in case it wants to form some sort of SMT. Still not going anywhere. Is it going to be now? No? Look at that level, man. They are defending it. Seems to me it wants to attack the fair value gap that is higher. There's one more 15 minutes fair value gap above. It's about 5, 6, 2, 7. It looks like that is the fair value gap it's going to go for, but it's none of my concern. I'm not trying to chase that. Yeah, I think it's going for that. For years, we've completely overlapped that 15 minutes of the gap that I was looking at. This one completely overlapped. It's not a good sign if you're bearish down here. Does it not want the daily volume imbalance? The fair value gap was enough. I mean, well, let's see. I'm not trying to flip bullish or what. I just trying to understand the situation here. Can we flip bullish? Yes, of course we can. Overall high time frame bias is still bullish. But you would want a 1 hour candle to run below lunchtime. I think that would be nicer as a setup. Right, so now this has become an inversion fair value gap. This high here would be the 15 minutes fair value gap. Okay, we have completely closed up that. I'm gonna have to wait for either the 30 minutes or the 1 hour. Alright, so if you take a look at the 30 minutes, we are here. We are trading into this fair value gap with the breaker. We could want to do something like this. That is totally possible. Alright, let's see if we can do that. So this is the breaker. Yep. I'm going to be on the 1 minute. In a watch, I have another chart that is on 30 minutes. Alright, we have tagged the breakers closing price. Let's see if it wants to reverse. If it wants to reverse, I would like to see it roll over right now. Closing below this candle here. This would be the bearish order block for now. This order block was utilized to take out these two highs. Sorry, this high, trading into the inefficiency up here. If we trade up to the very high of the fair value gap and price doesn't give that immediate reaction, I'm going to abandon the bearish bias. Right now it's this one. Any SMTs? No. I mean, if it wants to go lower, it has to drop very soon. It's reaching uncomfortable levels of premium raise. We don't even have SMT. Oh, I might have missed my entry. I wasn't in front of the charts. Well, let's take a look. Yep, I might have missed my entry here. I'm gonna wait for the next. Right, SMT on the highs. These two. Closing below this order block at this candle here. Trading up into half of it, close, and then it drops. Let's see if there's any fair value gaps or order blocks for me to utilize. I was only looking for maybe 5 to 6 points. I'm not sure what's gonna happen now. I wouldn't use this. There is no order blocks except for this inversion here. I don't like that. I prefer order blocks. They resonate with me better. Let's take a look at the 5 minutes. No, 4, 3, 2. Yep, nothing here. I like the reaction of this current 30 minutes candle. It's gonna run without me again. Life keeps on getting in the way. This equal lows. We have order block that is traded up into a fair value gap. If a fair value gap form, never mind. Down close candles all the way. Beautiful run down here. This is 12 a.m. so 12 noon's opening price. One swoop. This level here is next. I don't have any entries, man. No entries provided. It is not giving me a structure that I can key off from. Right now, I only have this order block here on the 3 minutes. Yeah. This is truly annoying. It's like the market said, not today. Not today. But today was the only day. Today was the only day that provided a high probability trading condition. Okay, let's see what it wants to do here. Personally, I don't think it should trade above this consolidation if it wants to attack these lows down here. This fair value gap should be more than enough, so I'm going to focus on that. And I'm gonna drop into the 5 seconds. Alright, so the fair value gap is above these highs. I want to see if we can run these highs and then proceed lower. Right now we are at this is the 1 o'clock open hourly candle, as well as the 30 minutes candle. We don't have a wick yet, so I would like to see one. Okay, we have the wick. Seems like a no for me. Yep. You want to see speed below these two lows, to be honest, to look for this low here. Yep. We are really near to it now. You don't really want to see it stalling like this. This high here would be the next objective after taking out the lows here. What a wonderful tap. 5602.25. What's the low here? 5602.25. Man, this is way too perfect here. Okay, I think once we close above this down close candle, we're going to run this high. And probably these highs. It's time for reversals. There we go. Five points. No, I just missed a 30 handle move. What is 5 points? No. Glad I didn't took it. I don't like to play. I mean, not that I wouldn't like, but the underlying narrative is bearish. It's Thursday, and the other thing is that we haven't really stepped into the volume balance. You want to see it step into the volume balance. Like what is it going to do now? And the other thing is that NQ has not made a lower low, so it might want to follow ES. Excuse me. Alright, so we have that step. Now let's see if NQ wants to follow through. For reversals, you don't want to see a follow through, but charging from the price action, right on the 50 minutes, this looks kind of weak, this huge down close candle. Right, so we have hit the rejection block. Let's see what it wants to do. It can do like a short-term reversal, but should I be interested in that? Let's see. Right now it's 3. I mean, it's 106. Very nicely done. Right here is the breaker. Fill the gap. This breaker should hold this time. I mean, this order flow should hold this time around, unlike the previous time. Okay, you should want to see higher prices taking out these highs down here. Oops. Misclicking everything. 25% after closing above. .25 points. I am guessing we start to reverse now. Okay, so we have closed above. Yep, there's down close candle here. That took out the lowest low, came back down into this down close candle. Right now we're reversing higher. Now why would I say reverse? Because you look at this on the downside, it did not have any retracements. So this is going to be a low resistance liquidity run to take out this highs. So basically seek and destroy. So if that's the case, I won't have anything to enter off as well. Unfortunate. We tag this. Up close only. It wants lower. I mean, for lower prices, we have this right here, consequent encroachment. If it wants lower. Missed that 50%. Closing below this inversion here. Let's see. There's nothing here. this high is a 50 minutes fair value gap. So let's see if we can trade up into that fair value gap. Came down all the way into the proportion order block. Closed below 50%, not too good of a proportion order block on a 1 minute. Right, seems like, let's see. Right now, I'm not sure if the price is going to continue lower or is this a reversal. So I'm going to stick to the 15 minutes order flow. So right now, order flow is still bearish. But I would be cautious of trying to take any shorts. We're trading into a 30 minutes order block, closed below, but NQ did not really close below, right? Just to keep in mind. This right here. If we close below this candle, this two out close candle, could be a bearish on block. And then we go lower to attack the consequent encroachment. Let's see. No SMT yet. 1 more minute to the start of the new 30 minutes candle. It looks like it's not going to return here. This would be my short entry. It's 1:30 now, so we're looking for lunchtime highs and lows. Came all the way back up, but I was looking at this level here. Immediate dump. Consequent encroachment right here. Come on, just one more tick. Another move gone, but this move is not that clean in my opinion. We traded all the way up into 25% of the 30 minutes order block, and then we hanged around at the lower quadrant of it. We closed below this candle here. This was the one I was looking for because it has taken out this swing high, short-term swing high, and we got a close right here. But the very next candle, I was looking for it to trade up into that old order blocks low because it's really close to it. Okay, but it did not manage to, but just dropped from this order block that I was looking at. Right, so low, look at the precision right there, and then it opened up, volume balance, dropped one more time. So it has missed the consequent encroachment here. I'm not sure how is it going to take this, right? But this is the opening price for 130. We have taken out the lows. Right now we have the highs. Right, the lows are made quite jagged already, and we have traded into that 6 hours fair value gap as well, right here, coupled with the order block. Right, so if we are to reverse here, I wouldn't mind going long. But that is if, right? If we are to reverse. And I don't like this. I want one more hunt, like what it did right here. Alright, if you take a look at the 30 minutes, you can see this low here. You're really near to it. We're reaching into this old fair value gap. Below this low, all I can see is this volume imbalance down here, if it really wants to extend into those levels. Does it really need to take out this low for this reversal to be valid? I don't think so, because we have traded down into the daily volume imbalance already, tagging into the daily down close candle right here, which we have closed above right here. So this down close candle was the one that took out this swing low here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so this is an order block by itself. Right up here is the breaker. Doesn't need to go into the breaker, it just needs to trade into the fair value gap of the breaker. I mean, that lines up with the breaker. Okay. No SMTs. If we can close above this 1, 2, 3, 4 down close candles, I'm gonna look for this high. I'm just doing some back testing, don't mind me. Okay, it's been 3 hours. I think I'm gonna end the session here. Alright, I hope you find this insightful, and I'll talk to you again. This video is basically about me missing all my trades due to life and due to not toggling on intervals, different intervals. Alright, and that's it. I'll see you again